Hey guys, this is episode 3, I believe, of Space Engineers. And today we're going to go mining our mining vessel, which is this thing. And I'm probably going to add a connector to the base before we get this all fixed up. I kind of goofed last time and messed up the paint job, so we're going to connect it to the base, get it charging, and then we're going to paint this. First things first, we got to get a connector. Connector. And then we'll get a lot of resources with this. We need some of these. At least enough to place it. Right? Is it in our build queue? It is. Alright, cool. Alright, build all of this. Anyway, we're going to weld at least a little bit of it. And once this is up, we're going to be able to connect this to the base via the bottom side, right here. And it will actually charge these batteries with my base power. And we're going to need a decent amount of power. I don't feel comfortable with this being at 25%, because if one battery gives out, then some of my engines will fail and I will fall. So, that would be bad. Long story short. Am I out of resources again? I am. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, now that I got all the components, we're going to weld this up real quick, and then we can connect this to the ship. So what we're going to do, we're just going to get in our little buggy, and we're going to make sure our engines are on and our feet are unlocked. Then we're going to drive it up a little bit. Ooh. I probably need to put maybe another thruster on the back. Alright. I'm just testing the overall balance of my machine. And then we can go up a little bit. Arc down. There it is. And then we're going to lock our connector. And that should be charging. In fact, just in case it's not, we're going to set our batteries to recharge. Now, setting your batteries to recharge used to not work. It used to basically make it so that your batteries wouldn't power any part of your machine, including the connector. So if you tried to connect it to the base and then recharge the batteries, it would turn off your whole machine, and your machine would fall off the connector and, onto the ground, which was bad. But I think they fixed it so that it works now. So now you can charge your batteries. You can go into control panel, and we can see all these things that are in the secondary color are shown as the second grid, is what it's called, since we've connected it through the connector. White is always the grid that you're accessing through, so in this case, since I'm accessing through my base terminal, it's going to be white. My base is going to be white. And then my drill will be in another color, and then if I have any other machines, they'll also be in a different color from that. And as you can see, my batteries right here, these two, this one is currently inputting around 1,000 kilowatts, right? And it's storing a bunch of power, and it'll be fully charged in 8 minutes. And this one's about 47 minutes, but that's because this isn't getting any power yet. So it'll probably be closer to 20 minutes-ish, unless I choose to put a battery on the base so that it can charge passively, which is probably what I'm going to do. It might cost a little bit, but I think it's worth it. Wow, we don't have any steel plates. Disappointing. Usually I try to keep at least a little bit of steel plates in my base. So we're going to attach that there so that we can grind this bottom piece out, and so that our power is still connected and that it doesn't fall. And we're going to then go into our G menu, and we're going to get a battery. And this will be the large grid battery. And we'll plonk it right there. This is going to take a lot of materials, but I think we can handle it. Alright. And then put everything else in the production queue. And I think we have enough. Oh yeah, we totally have enough. Not even a question. Do we have silicone? Yeah. Absolutely enough. We're just gonna wait for this to go through its stuff and I'll meet you back. Alright, I'm back and it just finished, so we should be able to take all this stuff out. Well, most of it, unless we get full. And we'll take out the rest of it. There it is. And now we have it all ready to go. So this is gonna charge passively. I don't know if it'll take stuff from our... Let's see, this is depleting. Okay, that's good, because I don't want it to take power from our other batteries. That would be bad. Yeah. So now we're fine. Yeah, because these can only hold 1 megawatt of power each. So now this is gonna charge up. Alright, yep, that worked just fine. Alright, now that we've gotten this in, we can take this off. And it's all connected. So once this fully charges, we're gonna go out for a mining expedition. Probably gonna get iron first. And then probably some ice, because we're kind of hurting on ice. I don't know exactly how much we have, but I know it's low. Yeah, we only have 100 ice. We started out with 300. So we're gonna get some ice, and then probably some nickel and silicon over there. I'll meet you back when it's fully charged. Alright, so it just passed half full on the second battery, and I think that's good enough. We should be fine. And yep, I think that's good enough. Now don't forget, before taking the connector off, to set your batteries back to auto. It's very important. If you don't do that, like I said earlier, your creation will fall off. So unlock it, unlock the legs, and fly up. Now you can either go in first person, which is very limited view, and you can look around in here, or you can just go to third person, which is what everyone ever uses. So that's a thing. And also, when you're building machines like this, I forgot to mention in the last episode, because it's such a habit that I have just ingrained into me now, you have to think about what your maximum power usage is. So I could probably, and a good way to test that is probably to go forward in a side direction and up at the same time. And you see that bar at the lower right of your screen? Goes up to like 47-ish for me. That, oop, we're gonna flare a little bit. Alright, just to stop. But that is what tells us our maximum power usage. So that's usually the extent of the power that we're gonna use. So I could probably get by on one battery since it's less than half, like 50%. Right, but you see it's going a little bit over 50% there. So if you don't have enough maximum power output, you won't be able to fly very well, because it'll max out and your engines won't be able to go full speed. So that's a thing. And for the drill, I usually go to first person for the drill part. And it's just the same controls as your regular drill. You're gonna go ahead and get into the rock, and then I usually try and like to point it this way. And be mindful of your weight. It is also in the lower right, because your weight, your engines won't be able to lift you, obviously, if you get too heavy. So, and we're at 400. Can I stand on my nose still? I can. All right, so I'm gonna keep on going, and I'm gonna try and find out what the maximum weight of this thing is. And as you can see, this is, my cockpit is almost full. My drill probably won't be full for a while, and none of my other cargoes are going to be super full yet. So I think I can still keep going even though my weight is about doubled. And we're just going to keep digging away. Alright. Another view. Can I stand on my nose? Yeah. Alright. Now we're going to go down a little bit. We're going to line this up because sometimes you can scrape the bottom of your machine if you're not careful. We're just going to dig in there. Be careful not to drag yourself on your drill, because if you do that you might tip, kind of like I'm about to do here. Or I'll stop my drill, I'll go in there and I'll tip a little bit. See, like that. You tip, there's a chance you could do that. Anyway, there's a chance you'll lose control if you tip. Be careful. It's always good to go slow. Unless, of course, you're in a dogfight, then, of course, go fast. But we won't be doing that for a while. In fact, I think we'll have to download a little bit more mods before we do that. We are at 800... Let's see, let's count that. It's almost 90,000 kilograms. Can we still stand on our nose? That's pretty good, even though I have... I'm just going to go back now because I'm pretty sluggish, as you can see. But 90,000 kilograms is pretty heavy. And you probably won't be able to do that if you're not doing what I'm doing with the increased... Ooh, be careful about momentum too. Ooh, that was close. Anyway. You probably won't be able to do this if you didn't do what I did with the increased resources and like machine efficiency and all that stuff in the settings. But usually it'll probably be around 30,000-ish that you'll be able to carry with this sort of machine. Alright, now we're going to lock it. And we're going to set our batteries to recharge. Also, we're going to turn off our engines. Almost forgot. And now that's charging, and it's also pulling all of the stuff out of our machine. You can see the numbers dropping. And it's actually grinding those up inside. Let's see, let's go to current ship. And here it is, refinery. Look at that, 44,000 stone and counting. That is ridiculous. How much more do we have? We got that. Is that it? Yeah, so we made a pretty decent haul of about 17,000 iron and about 50,000 stone. So that's pretty good. Now we're gonna go get ice because we need ice. We're just gonna grab a little bit. We don't need a lot. So we're gonna set our batteries back, turn on our engines, and unlock both of our legs with the connector. Let's see, where is our ice? There it is. Alright, now we're gonna go get some ice. Oh yeah, and a fun fact in this game, there's no water in this game. It's all ice. So when, sometimes you can find lakes on this Earth-like planet, and it will be solid ice. I think that might be... nope. Anyway, it's solid ice. It's really weird to look at, but it's cool. Alright, now that we're going down a little bit... Also, our ore detector should be working here pretty soon. There it is. And this is our... let's see. I wanna adjust our ore detector real quick. I wanna make it a greater range. So you can up the range of the ore detector. It's really nice because you can get up to 50 meters away. Which is crazy. I think I'm gonna go for this one over here. Wherever it is, there it is. So to get down there, I'm gonna go into first person. I'm gonna hold right click, because that's the clearing option, right? And I should just barely be able to dig a hole wide enough for my machine. As you can see, it fits quite nicely actually. You're also gonna wanna think about that when making your mining rigs, that you're gonna have to be able to fit in whatever hole you're digging into. We're just gonna go slow. And as soon as we see blue, oh, like that, we're gonna stop. Now we're gonna shove our nose into that, and we're just gonna grab some ice. We don't need a lot, just a little bit. 5,000 ice is pretty good, so we're fine. We will be fine with 5,000 ice for a while. Now we're gonna back out slowly. Slowly. There we go. Just like that. Easy. But yeah, I'm definitely adding another thruster on the back so I can go a little bit faster. Usually gets me in trouble because I usually like to go really fast like this. I can flare up and then use my bottom thrusters to go fast. And also a good way to travel without really needing much is to turn off your forward thrusters. So by forward I mean these ones that are firing backwards in the front, because you can just coast like that. You can just kind of fall in a direction once you get up to speed, and you won't be able to stop until you turn them back on, but it's really efficient because they won't slow you down either. They won't try and keep you, you know, at zero. Alright, we're gonna zoom out a little bit, and we're gonna plop ourselves right here. Now I would recommend making a platform for yourself, just in case you lose power in your base, so that when this comes off, it won't fall down. I've had it happen quite a few times, so it's not uncommon. Can I even build a platform? Yeah, I can. We're gonna build a platform. There we go. Just so if the connector fails, then it won't fall off. It'll just stay there. Also, did I turn off my engines? I did not. Yeah, I always forget that. Now we have a bunch of ice. Right. It should have gone directly to our... Yep, right there. Boom. And things automatically pull things to where they need to be. Usually. A couple exceptions, but for the most part, they do that. And so basically, we're going to be blueprinting a ship to go to space today, and we're going to be gathering the resources, although I don't think we're going to need much more than we already have. So, here's how you blueprint things. I'm going to grab some of these. I'm going to grab landing gear. I'm going to grab a cockpit. I'm going to grab some thrusters, and they're probably going to be hydrogen thrusters. And yes, that is a thruster. You can build ships this big, yes. It's a thing. Yeah, crazy. I know, we'll get there. We're gonna need hydrogen tanks. Probably small ones. We're gonna need an O2 generator since we're going to space. And I think that's close to it. I can't think of anything else that I would want. So to start out, we're gonna build a small landing gear because it will actually lock. Although that's kind of derpy, so we're just gonna have it coming off the base. Why not? It's gonna fall on and it's gonna lock even though it's not fully built or powered. Well, technically it's powered because it's on the base, but it wasn't powered before. And we're gonna build off of this. Come on. Come on. Wow. Alright, we're gonna build 100 of these because, yeah, I'm gonna need them. And I think I want plenty of room so that I can build this. It should be okay. Now we're gonna attach a cockpit. I think we're gonna have to build it forward a little bit, like that, so that we can attach the cockpit. Like that. Although it's not doing it. Do we need 3 blocks? Probably 3 blocks. Should be enough. No, we don't. It's not enough. That's weird. Do we need to go up? I've done this before. It's weird how you have to do it, but there it is. Boom. There we go. Now we have a cockpit. Now we're gonna need, let's see, what do we need for our systems? If we're gonna go hydrogen, we need tanks. We need an O2 generator. I think since this has 2 small ports on the back, as you can see, those 2 right there, I think we're gonna put our little O2 generator, since it has the same ports, right behind our cockpit. So we can pump air into there. And then we're gonna use hydrogen tanks. We might need a big one. We're probably gonna need a big one, actually. I think. Yeah, we're probably gonna need a big one. Alright. Because we need to get to space, so we're gonna need to get this big, chunky. Ugh. Yeah. It's pretty ugly. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the small grid hydrogen tank. Oof. Shabam. Make sure it's centered. Yep, it is centered. So since that has a large port on the back, we can put our large hydrogen right there for thrusters up, kind of, since we're going to be facing this 90 degree towards the Earth. And then we're going to make smaller ones on the sides because it has ports on these sides. Let's see, so that's, and we're gonna actually need backwards for this one. Unless we don't want to. I think we're gonna put backwards on this. This is up, down, left, right, forward, and then backwards. Maybe, let's check the ports of all our stuff. That one, okay. Yes, so we're gonna put a connector on the bottom, and then we're gonna put a port off of that. So connector, hydrogen. We already got the hydrogen tank in. We're good. We're gonna do that, and then What's the best way to do this? I think we could just put one right here. And then for our drill, since we're going to be drilling, I think we're just going to put it, you know, we can drill with our hands. Not the best case scenario, but let's try and put a drill on here, see if it works. If it won't work, then we'll just drill by hand, since we do have a spacesuit. But hey, might as well try. Oh, we don't have any interior plate. Alright. No, we don't have any interior plate at all. Alright. We're gonna make 100 of... where is it? There it is. That. Alright. We're gonna put a port here so that we have room for the drill. Like that. And I think we're gonna rotate it like that. Now that might hit the drill. I'm actually not sure. In fact, I'm so not sure that we're just gonna put the drill on the front. And I think we're gonna put these on the sides. Where are my thrusters? There we go. Just like that. And I think that's all we need, really. What are we going up to space for? We need silver. I found gold on the planet. I don't know if we can get silver or platinum out there, though. On the planet, anyway. So, I think that's how it's gonna have to be. Yeah. So we're gonna get all this welded up. It's not gonna have a whole lot of armor plating because it's gonna be an interplanetary ship. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's gonna need to be as light as possible, ideally, and we're gonna need to save as much fuel as possible because, well, it's hydrogen. Probably gonna have to bring some ice up. Yeah, so we'll get this welded up real quick. And I'll show you, and then I'll come back. Hey, I'm back. You know what? I almost forgot batteries. That would have been absolutely horrible. Holy crap. Wow, I almost forgot batteries. That's kind of ridiculous. Where do we put a battery on this thing? We could put cargo space on the back, and then put the batteries on the sides. In fact, I think that's our plan. We're gonna put cargo space on, which means it's gonna be a little bit bigger. That's okay. Just like that. And then we're gonna put a battery, like that. Just like right here. We don't need a lot since it's not atmospheric, it is hydrogen, so pretty okay. And then we're gonna put our thrusters back. Just like that, since it has a large connector. Alright. And then I'll meet you back when I get it all done, for real this time. You know, I'm back, and on second thought, that battery doesn't look super great. So I think we're gonna just add some small batteries. And I'm glad I changed it now because that battery would have been irreversible later. Unless I wanted to waste resources. We're just gonna put small batteries right in here and call it good. Oops. Oh. There we go. Small batteries. And we're just gonna put them in the bottom right here so that we have, you know, a little bit of battery storage. We don't need a lot. We just need enough to run the drill and maybe some lights and possibly this. That's about it, because the rest are fuel-based thrusters, stuff like that. And just for a last little thing, I think we're going to put a couple more thrusters in the down direction. Since I want to be able to land this thing safely. I don't want to have to do some sketchy maneuvers. So we're going to put a couple more of these little thrusters in. Right here and here. They should be close to enough to provide us with enough lift so that we don't fall completely. Because hydrogen lift is way better than atmospheric, so you don't need as much. But this is quite a big ship for us anyway, for now. It's a little bit big, but I think we have enough. Alright, and I think this is going to be our finished ship. We might add a little bit of lights on there because space is pretty dark. But this is the basic design for our ship. Unless we can't lift off, then we're going to have to revise it. But I think we're going to be able to. Also, we have to fill this entire tank with hydrogen. That's going to be a fun time. It's always a great time filling these hydrogen tanks. It's just the most fun I've ever had. And we're going to have to fill it. Oh, we're going to have to fill it manually because we can't connect it because it can't fly. We're going to have to grab some ice and just like plonk it in there and wait for it to fill. Nice. All right. Let's see how this does. Put the ice in there and it's going to fill this hydrogen tank, hopefully. We have enough power. It is slowly filling. You see that? That's gonna take a while. The joys. Oh, we gotta turn these off so they're not burning unnecessary fuel. So we're gonna go to our inventory control panel. We're gonna grab all these hydrogen thrusters, including this one. We're gonna say hydro thrust. And we're going to turn all those off for now, just so they're not burning fuel for no reason. So this should be filling very, very slowly. Also, as you can see, it will only last for 7 minutes because we need to charge up the batteries. I might need to add more batteries on here. Just because if you think about it, that's a quarter battery, so that's about 25% of what we will be able to do. And if it's only 7 minutes, that means we only have a half hour in this machine before it goes dead. That's kind of disconcerting. So we might have to add more batteries because it takes probably about 10 minutes to get up to space just by itself. Anyway, I'm going to let that fill, and that's going to be our episode today. And tomorrow, or next episode, we're going to see if this actually flies. And then we'll make some revisions and try to go to space. See you then.